Libya, once an Ottoman province, is the fourth largest country in Africa with an area of 1,759,000 square kilometers, which is almost twice the current territory of Turkey. Well, did you know that this country, which is located in the middle of the Mediterranean, has a very strategic location for sea dominance, is so large in terms of surface area and is rich in oil, wanted to be included in Turkey in 1947, and even that the first Prime Minister was a Turk? Let me tell you impartially with the evidence I can find of these claims. If you want to help me, you can like the video and subscribe to my channel. Libya is the 10th country with the largest proven oil reserves in the world. More than 3 million people live in Tripoli, its capital and largest city, which is almost half of the country's population. Libya, which is one of the largest countries in the world with almost 1 million square kilometers of land, is quite interesting in that it is one of the least populated countries in the world, contrary to this ratio. But if you ask me, there are things that make Libya even more interesting. Of course, the former deposed leader Gaddafi is leading these issues. I will explain it at length in a little while, but first, I would like to talk about the Ottoman period. Tripoli with its historical name, Libya with its current name, became a part of the Ottoman state in 1551 during the reign of Kanuni. Before that, the region was under the control of the Habsburgs, one of the greatest powers of the time. When the Habsburgs, who ended the Andalusian domination in Europe, claimed rights in North Africa, the Libyan people sent a delegation to Istanbul in 1519 and asked for help from the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire, on the other hand, provided military aid to the region, although it was limited in the beginning and did not go over the incident much. However, when the Spaniards threatened the Ottoman dominance in the Mediterranean by using this place as a base, Captain Darius Sinan Pasha and Turgut Reis, who went on an expedition by the order of Suleiman the Magnificent, conquered Libya in 1551. Libya was a critical point for the Ottoman Empire's dominance in the Mediterranean and a military base for the Ottoman navy and maritime trade. On the other hand, Suleiman the Magnificent said to the Tripoli governor Turgut Reis in his edict dated the 6th of December 1559, "Muslims of Tripoli, Libya are as precious to me as other people of my country. Helping them, making their livelihood easier, preventing them from being harmed is something I attach great importance to. That's why I sent everything you need. Try to defend those places against the infidels. Cooperate with all the tribes, scholars, and notables of the region. Protect all Tripoli beaches in the best way possible. Fortify your castles. Prevent damage to villages and people." The region, which was under Ottoman rule for centuries, was invaded by Italy in 1911 with the weakening of the Ottoman Empire, and in the face of this situation, the local people showed loyalty to the Ottoman Empire and prevented the expansion of the Italian occupation. However, the Ottoman Empire had to accept the Italian occupation in the region with the Treaty of Uy on October 18, 1912 due to the chaotic environment it was in. Although Libya came under the rule of Italy after leaving the Ottoman Empire, this situation did not last for centuries like the Ottoman rule. After World War II, the region was under the control of the French and British. In 1951, the Kingdom of Libya was founded and Gaddafi took over the administration in 1969 by dethroning King Idris I, who had gone to Turkey for treatment at that time with a coup d'etat. King Idris was a ruler who got along well with the Turks and was close to them. In fact, during his time, the prime minister in Libya was a Turk. I will explain this in detail after I talk about Gaddafi. There are those who claim that Gaddafi is a dictator, and there are those who think that Libya has regressed after his death. In the Gaddafi era, there was tranquility in Libya, unlike now. Things like water, natural gas, and electricity were free because they were essential. If you do want to take credit, the state does not want interest. On the contrary, the state supported its own citizens. Houses claimed to be 150 square meters were given free of charge to the couples who wanted to get married, and monthly financial aid was given to each family without exception. Libya was so powerful economically under Gaddafi that it was the most debt-free country in the world. On the other hand, it was fighting against the Italians who came to the region at the end of the Ottoman protectorate in strategic terms. British and Italian bases were being closed one by one. All companies were nationalized. I can even say that Gaddafi was following a pro-Turkish foreign policy, so much so that he was the only leader who openly supported Turkey by challenging the USA during the Cyprus peace operation in 1974. I leave the comments on Gaddafi to you. Do you think Gaddafi was a true patriot or a true dictator? Whatever it was, he didn't deserve such an end. It was crushed by the people during the Arab Spring in 2011. So let's rewind time and travel back to the pre-Gaddafi era. I said that Libya wanted to be included in Turkey in 1947. So on what basis did I say this? Past times, in a letter sent to Smet NN, we see that Libya wants to be included in the borders of Turkey. In the document signed by Mohammed Hassan Amir, dated January 18, 1947, assistance is requested for the annexation of Libya to Turkish territory, just as the Republic of Hatay joined the Republic of Turkey before. When I saw this official document, two questions came to my mind. The first was, who is Mohammed Hassan Amir? And the second was the question, is this region real? Since I am not authorized to access the archives, I cannot prove whether the document is official or not. But when I researched the name of Mohammed Hassan Amir mentioned in the letter, it is interesting that I did not find his name in any local or foreign source. What is his official title? With what right did he write this letter? I could not find answers to these questions, and I did not even see any of his pictures. But claim, when the Italians, who were defeated after the Second World War, lost their dominance in Tripoli, Libya was to be included in Turkey. Thereupon, in 1947, 2 years after the war, Smet NN, who was in the presidency office, received a request for annexation from Libya. But when we look at the letter, we understand that there is no one with an official title and title next to Smet NN, the president of Turkey. So, what does the letter say? I confirm our feelings of loyalty and I ask their permission to form a party in favor of the annexation of Libya to Turkey. Looking at the content of the letter, it does not say that you accept the annexation of Libya to Turkey. If you accept this, Libya will join Turkey immediately. On the other hand, even if NN says to this letter, yes, I agree, come join us, Libya cannot be Turkish territory just because of that. This is not directly related to Smet NN because in 1947 it was under the occupation of Italy. To sum up the subject, looking at the shared pictures, it seems that the request does not come from the official sources of Libya and can't even come, because officially there is no such place as Libya. This letter consists of a request from Turkey by an opposition group that defends the idea of Libya to join Turkey, if it is real, to establish a party. Yes, even if this event was reflected in the press, it could not find an official response from Turkey. Yes, if Turkey had made extra effort and worked in the region as Ark did for Hatay, could Libya be Turkey's territory today? Let it be up to you to answer this by understanding the period. But in essence, Smet NN was a politician who avoided such ideas, defended Turkey's territorial integrity and avoided all actions that would endanger it. Maybe that's why he didn't bring Einstein to Turkey. That's why he didn't participate in the Second World War, and maybe that's why he ignored Libya's call. He thought that the Republic, which was still a child, and Turkey, which came out of heavy wars, would not be able to handle these developments and would be badly affected in foreign policy and drawn into the war. These are just my opinions and my own interest. Whether it is right or not, I leave it to you. And before I finish the video, I want to talk about the first Prime Minister of Libya. Yes, Libya's first Prime Minister, indeed a Turkish. I mean, I'd say we're actually exaggerating a bit. When Libya gained its independence during the reign of King Idris, the first thing to do was to establish a strong bond with the Turks. For this reason, Sadal Akulolu was appointed as the prime minister. Orhan Kololu, son of Sadal Akulolu, explained this situation in a TV show he attended years later. My father can be called the first prime minister of Libya. After gaining independence, they did not have their own cadres. My father, who served as a governor in Turkey, assumed that duty there with the permission of the Turkish government. He served as prime minister for a while. Then there was no Arab-Turkish distinction. My father served as district governors and governors in Turkey. After the Second World War, when a new state was attempted to be established in Libya in 1947-48, my father went there with the permission of the Ankara government. My father did not refuse the offer he wanted to, sir. The king specifically asked for my father. Looking at the official sources, it is very difficult to see that Mr. Sadullah is officially considered the Prime Minister of Libya, but the friendship and alliance between the Turks and the Libyan people goes back many centuries. To date, Turkey has good bilateral dialogues with Libya. Both countries have common interests in the Mediterranean. Well, as I mentioned in the video, what would it be like if Libya was included in Turkey? Do not forget to state your opinions in the comments. Thank you for listening to me this far. See you in the next video. Take care of yourselves.